Street Preachers are soon to release their 6th album, Know Your Enemy, and have described it as a reaction against the previous 2. Sounds interesting. Well, here Nicky tells us why the band felt it was time for a change of direction.
The reason we wanted to change so radically was perhaps half because we were disappointed with the results of the last album and half just through boredom. I think all the best bands in history have reacted against themselves, you know, not reacted against kind of other forms of music or trends. They just react against themselves. No, I mean, musically, there's a lot of different stuff on there. There's, you know, ranges from very early kind of our punk roots, you know, takes in Beach Boys, you know, elements of disco. It's kind of all over the place. It's tributes to all the music we liked when we were growing up, you know, all the stuff that influenced from early R.E.M. to early New Order, to the Stooges, to ABBA.
Know Your Enemy is the album's title, so who is this foe they're referring to?
The enemy is us, you know. We became our own worst enemy, I think, you know. It's easy to admit your faults if you've got a sort of social background that we got, which is very hard sort of upbringing. You dissect yourselves and, you know, we don't really need anybody to tell us. We knew that we'd become a bit lazy and we had to change. It's just all about, you know, things that stand up against capitalism and stand up against America, really, which are far and few between, but it's important that in this days, really, of music, of bands that say absolutely nothing, that I try and say something, I guess. I know the video is, you know, the beautiful people, basically, the Californian beautiful people. You know, there's an army invasion going on, but they're more interested in their suntans.
So was that house on the cliff as amazing as it looks?
It's a model. It's a bit, I think it's a bit Titanic. It's a bit French and Saunders Titanic, I think. They wanted us to go to some house in South Africa, but we didn't have time, so we just did it in London in a fake studio.
Nicky, James and Sean performed their comeback gig in Cuba recently, and here Nicky explains why.
With this album, you know, we wanted to come back in a different way, and going to Cuba just seems a logical progression for us, that the way the record was sounding, the way that we were thinking, you know, kind of the way it stands up against America, and without kind of socialist background, it just seemed to make sense. I think, you know, I like the idea that we are creating a bit of history, really, you know, that like the first men on the moon, we were the first rock band to play in Cuba.
Manic Street Preachers fan? Well, if you are, you'll be very excited to hear about our special prize. We have a trip for 2 to go and see the Manics in Dublin, and if you want to enter, you need to get yourself down to the base's website and we'll give you the address at the end of the show.